Hello and welcome to this new Divus video tutorial. We are going to show you the Divus Synchronizer, a new tool which you can use to manage the Divus TouchZone and Divus KNX IQ panels. So let's start from the installation. To install the synchronizer, just go to synchronizer.divus.eu and download the application from there. It currently requires Windows 64-bit operating system. If you get any security warnings, make sure the source of the install package is indeed Divus and confirm. You will then find the synchronizer in your usual start menu. Once the application is loaded, this is how it looks. We have an upper area with some functions. The left menu, which shows a list of available devices and gives access to the pages of the synchronizer, which are Backup Restore, Applications, Uploads and Advanced. Before you can use any of the functions of the synchronizer, you now need to choose one device to connect to. If you already see devices in the list of available devices, you see their IP addresses in that case, just select the desired one. If the desired device is not yet in the list, you can insert its IP address in the IP field and push the Activate button. If the connection to the device is successful, it will be added to the list and you can select it there. The selected device will become green. The green device is from now on the device you work on. Most of the functions are only available once you select a device. If you don't see the device in the list, make sure that you enable the synchronizer access in the settings of the device. So let's now see the functions. We already saw the Activate function on the upper blue area. Disconnect, we do the opposite. The currently green device will be disconnected and removed from the list. The Control function is one of the nicest. It will call up a second window where you will see the device's screen exactly as if you were standing in front of it. You can also interact with it using your mouse and keyboard. This makes the configuration, commissioning and testing of one or several devices much easier and more efficient. Please note that the connection showing the screen is always parallel to that used in the synchronizer. Therefore, you can close the control window at any time without interfering with the tasks the synchronizer might be executing on the same device at the same time. The screenshot function is pretty much self-explaining. It allows to save a screenshot of what the device's screen is currently showing. Let's now move to the left menu. Backup Restore just shows two big icons, one for the backup and one for the restoring. To start a backup, just push the button. You will then be asked to choose a path and a name for the backup. Then the synchronizer will show the device's screen in a separate window. Hit the Backup My Data button to start. After that, you can also close the device's screen window. You'll be able to follow the process from the synchronizer window anyway. When the backup completes, you will have a visual feedback through the border of the button, which is this one. When the backup completes, you will have a visual feedback through the border of the button. Green if everything went fine, red if something went wrong. A backup may fail if there is some unforeseeable alert popping up on the device or some running app which might interfere. Should that happen, check the device's screen, close any alerts and also close any running apps to be on the safe side. When you repeat the backup, it will certainly succeed. The Restore function of course requires a previous backup file. So after you push the Restore button, you need to select the backup file from your PC. Then, also in this function, you need to confirm the restore on the device's screen. Hit the button on the lower right, Restore My Data, and the process will start. Wait for the process to complete and check that the border becomes green, confirming the restore was successful. The second menu entry is the one for the Applications management. It shows a set of buttons and a list of the currently installed applications of the selected device. If you select an app, you can read its version and the revision, which is useful if you are updating several devices and first want to check their current status. Depending on the selected app, also some of the buttons may change. The pre-installed applications, also called system applications, cannot be uninstalled because they are part of the base system. So usually a system application will have the uninstall button disabled. If that same app was updated, the uninstall button will offer to downgrade the application. Downgrading means going back to the previous version. Any application can be updated, and there is no difference between the procedure of installing a new application and that of updating an application. You will need to choose the APK file from your PC, and then it will be uploaded and installed. What are APK files? If you're not familiar with APK files, here comes a very short explanation. Devices using the Android operating system use files with the extension APK to pack applications. This means that an APK file contains all the files an application is made of. There are several sources of APK files. Unluckily, the Google Play Store does not offer the direct download of APK files, although that's what happens in the background when you choose an application to install. Luckily, there are a lot of other sources which offer APK files for download. Please make sure the source you choose is reliable and only offers legal files. The manufacturer's website is usually the first place to check. Regarding a device where you plan to install the application, there is a big difference between touch zones and KNX IQs. Touch zones are open. This means you are free to install any third-party apps. KNX IQs, on the other hand, are closed systems, already coming with all the applications which are meant to be used with it. You can still use all the functions of the applications management page with a KNX IQ. If you use an APK file of the newest version of one of the pre-installed applications, it will be fine. If you try to install any third-party app on a KNX IQ, it will be removed as soon as the device finds out that it is not one of the allowed applications. After any installation or uninstallation, the list will be refreshed and show a new list of available apps. Let's now move on to uploads, which is the third menu point of the synchronizer. Here you can upload images or ringtones, which you then can use for customizing your device. You can choose single files, multiple files, or also folders. And you can both use drag and drop or just push the button and select a file in a classical way. You can also choose to load the files to a subfolder of your choice. That allows to keep your files organized if you need to keep them separated. The Refresh Media on Device makes the new files immediately available to the device, which otherwise will only notice the newcomers after a reboot. For the KNX IQ, you will also find a button to upload the files you may need for Divus Vision. So let's connect to an IQ and go to the same page. You will notice there is an additional button here and also here. Through this button you can upload both ESF files, which can be exported from your ETS project and which contain all the group addresses of your KNX project, or also KeyIQ files, which are Vision backup files, which contain the whole project, which probably you saved before from the same device, or which you want to transfer from one device to another. So to upload these types of files, the procedure is always the same. You go here to your PC's file system, you choose the one which you want to upload, for example ESF. This is exported from an ETS project. I can choose it and it will be uploaded to the Vision folder on the device, where usually you store the files related to your Vision project. The other button which is added to this page is for downloading. This creates one zip file and it will give you the option to choose where to save the file, and the zip file will contain all the files and folders which are currently in the Vision subfolder on the device. And so you have the possibility to download a backup, an export which you did from the Vision app, and so you safely store it on your PC, or you use this function because you want to transfer the project to another device. After any type of upload, you will see a list of the files which are successfully uploaded on the right side. This also is a useful confirmation of which file types are supported. Let's now move on to the last menu entry called Advanced. Here you will find some synchronizer related settings and some special functions for the devices. First of all, here you can choose one of the available languages if synchronizer is not automatically showing in the desired language. The reboot button will immediately reboot the device, so if you plan to continue to work on the same device, you will obviously need to wait for the device to be available again. Then we have a set time zone function. The panel can find out on its own because it has no SIM card and no GPS, so the easiest way is transferring the time zone which your PC uses to the device. Just hit a button and an alert will confirm which zone was set. The update device image will be disabled most of the time. If you are online and there is a newer version available on our update server, of course, depending on the device you are currently working on, the button will be enabled and you can start the update procedure by hitting it. The device image update does not cause any harm to the existing applications or their configuration. The factory reset, on the other hand, removes any updates, third-party apps, and all the customizations and settings which were applied to the device after you received it. The Reduce Bitrate for Slow Connections slider is needed to regulate the video stream between the device on your PC, depending on the device model and on its orientation. So if you hit the control button and see something like this, then you have to change this setting and try again to find the best combination of bitrate and orientation and device type which you are trying to stream to your PC. The last function, available only on Divus TouchZone devices, is called Advanced Compatibility Mode. It will allow to enable or disable the Google Play Store with a set of associated apps. We recommend to enable the Google Play Store only on projects which use apps which depend on the Play services and do not work without it. That's it for this video tutorial. I hope you enjoyed it and see you the next time. Bye.